Abomination Vaults, Outlaws of Alkenstar, now Kingmaker. I'm also in some other games as well over that time period. I've been in a lot of games. I know the system.
Oh, well, there you go. Something looks strange here. Question for you guys in the game. Can you guys see pictures that are off on the side?
Define off on the side.
Like on the side of the window, can you guys see pictures that are like floating off into space, or no?
No.
Like over here?
Yes. Can you guys see pictures just like floating out there?
No.
Like in the margins?
Nope. Just, if it's in the margins, that's all I see. Just to me.
Okay. Well, that is quite strange. All right, let me just go ahead and hit play here then. Then we are ready to go. Well, welcome everyone to our second mini session, our second prologue game. I'm using these as a way to test if the setting is fun to play in, and also if all of the players, the raiders that we have found ourselves raiding these Serpent Seas with, can coexist well and, like raiding together. And it sounds like we don't have any questions before we began, so we've only got a couple of people that were here last time, so I would love to give an extra hero point before we started if anyone would like to tell us what we got up to last time to inform Mr. Starduster what we got up to last time. I will give you a hero point if you give us a recap.
You can make something up.
You don't have to. Both Haranzo and Juanito were here last time. So if either of them would like to take it, they could earn an extra hero point here.
Sure, I'll take it. So we met up in Clan Hallhorn or Hallhorn?
Hallharn.
Which is kind of like currently the sitting sort of lead clan of the raider community.
Mm-hmm.
And they had posted a bounty on their board for the hunting of a certain white-fanged worm. We took this to mean that the worm itself would be white. And decided collectively that it seemed like a pretty good bounty and easier coin than working your way of breaking ice for a few weeks to bolster yourself in lodging and meals. So agreed to band together to hunt the creature. I kind of led us through the snow and ice, and along the way managed to kind of find a few pitfalls and traps and made the assumption they were maybe caused by some marauders or bandits or brigands, seeking to kind of waylay us and ambush us maybe. But nothing attacked us on our way to the cave, and when we found said creature, it was a little smaller than we expected and a lot more mouthy. The creature was somewhat intelligent and gorging itself on a barrel of fish, and had a bit of a back and forth sort of jabbing at each other, which it didn't take too well after one or two insults were thrown back its way, and decided to kind of begin trying to lead us astray through its cave, having us slip on ice and leading us deeper into its lair. It was a very tricksy creature, and during the process of fighting it, we had kind of discovered it definitely laid all those traps for us on the way to its cave that we managed to avoid. And we ended up fighting it in kind of this icy lake in the center of its cavern, having to kind of deal with not falling on the ice. And ended up, with the help of some very good spells, some sort of shocking spell the creature couldn't quite avoid, managed to kind of wear it down little by little so we could get in the last blows. And we dug around the creature's lair and brought it back to the bounty.
Excellent. You have earned yourself a hero point. And these are quite useful because, If you don't use them all before the end of the session, you lose them. So get them and use them while you can. Now, before we move forward any further, everyone can begin with 1 hero point, and I will give hero points to our 2 peeps that are not here currently. That way they have them when they arrive. So our friend Esarok will start with 2. Now, to set the scene, your adventure in the Hallharn enclave of Hallwick took place on the 1st of Aldidius. It has been roughly a week since that happened, so it is currently the 8th of Aldidius. Oh, and I guess Foundry has decided that as I transition you to that date, it's also going to transition you through the days and nights of that time here on the map. How fun. It is Luta's day here on the 8th of Aldidius. It is also the beginning of a festival that happens here in the first month of the year, in winter. It is the festival known as Mörsugur, a celebration that most raider clans celebrate by eating certain special types of dishes. That brings us to the town that you are all in. You are in the town of Hestir, a hamlet near Hallwick. It is a Hallharn associated town. And the celebration of Mörsugur is getting into its initial throes. Usually, this celebration is headed off by a Völv, which, as we all know, Völv are an interesting combination of priest, soothsayer, and almost politician. They kind of serve several roles. Now, for this adventure, you all have been here for roughly a week. And how I would like us to begin. Your characters are approaching the center of the village of Hestir when you see a halfling woman walking towards you. At her side is a large, golden-haired hound. Both of them, large grins and a glint in their eye. Now, from their perspective, they're seeing your characters walk toward her, and her dog. So, as she looks forward at our friend Esarok, could you give us an establishing shot of what she sees?
Oh man, we're just kind of hanging out, walking on the street towards the festival. So,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I feel like he has a haunch of half-eaten meat in a hand, and a stout sort of mug in the other, and he's just kind of carefully stepping between people in kind of these somewhat crowded streets leading up to the festival.
Excellent. And for our raider who was not here last time, do you have a small physical description of Esarok that so we can get in our mind's eye what?
Oh yeah, sure. So he's he's taller than most humans, and he's a bit broad-shouldered. He wears this sort of simple but well-designed sort of breastplate with this sort of garrison underneath it for extra kind of padding and protection against the cold, and wears this either like moose or elk fur wrapped around his shoulders and kind of drapes down about halfway down his shoulder blades. And he wields both a hammer and a sword.
Excellent. Question for you guys. On your screen, are you seeing two images that I may have popped up of this halfling woman, or just one?
I see one.
One gray-haired green cloak.
Okay. I don't know what's happening on my camera view. Is popping out that I've like done two or something. Anyways, I'll fix that as we are going through here. So, thank you, Esarok. As the halfling woman would see Vestar coming down the main thoroughfare of Hestir here, what would she see as she looks upon Vestar?
Vestar is a large boy. He's in his late 30s, early 40s, starting to gray with a very long, beautiful beard, much like Orpheus himself. And he is decked out in some very heavy armor, weapons everywhere, and a shield. He has a mug in his hand full of mead and is enjoying the sights and sounds of the pre-game festival, just like Easter.
I love that. Thank you. Okay, last for right now is our friend, the Unknown Adventurer, a.k.a. Matea. Matea, what would this small halfling woman see when they see you coming down the thoroughfare?
Well, just to clarify, am I with everyone else with the party? Like, I just want to clarify.
Absolutely. So you are a known raider. You are here in the town of Hestar because it is known that when these festivals come around, there is always work to be done.
Fair enough. I'm just asking for the sake that I wasn't here last session. I don't know if I know everyone already, but character. Okay. Anyways, she's kind of like a tall, not so tall. She's like 6'1" in American terms. 6'1" fighter. She carries one hand she carries a shield, one of the hands she carries a warhammer. Well, warhammer's very cheap at the moment. She has kind of a crocodilian face with some horns poking over it and some hair, even though she's a lizard. She wears some heavier armor, like a breastplate, and some heavier armor with some clothes underneath it. She kind of like looks around a bit suspiciously and trying to get a good read of the place.
Perfect. So
I'm not with descriptions, so I apologize.
That was perfect. So the small halfling woman actually, when she sees your group, smiles broadly. She puts her hand onto the dog's head, scratches it with a little alacrity, and then runs forward. Oh, hello. I don't suppose you all are looking for a coin, perhaps?
What do you need?
Well, if you are, I have just the task. Doesn't pay much, but you'll get full bellies, a place to stay, and the joy of helping an old woman on Mörsugur. And as she says so, she holds up a small cobblestone with great reverence and a slightly crooked facial expression.
What's that?
Oh, well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Kupin Barrow, and this is my pup, Darb. She points at her pup. And, just in case you would like to keep her name, and her dog, Darb. And that is her dog, Darb. Me and my pup need your help to make this rock into a stew that will feed our village.
And how would that happen?
Oh, well, it seems that I need to tell you the tale of, well, my family. Do you all have a moment for me to tell you our tale?
I suppose so. You've caught my interest.
Well, Many years ago, before the holiday of Mörsugur, a great wolverine raided our sleepy village, trampled many of the crops, dragged off several of our sheep. With our food stores so devastated, the villagers hesitated to prepare a communal feast, and it looked like the holiday would have to be cancelled, and several people would probably die. But a kind halfling woman saved Mörsugur with a magic rock, and used it to make rock stew to feed everyone. This woman was my great-great-grandmother.
Rock stew.
Yes.
I suppose if you're desperate, it'll do the bill.
Yes, well, I take ingredients from all of the farmers in town. All of, the people that contribute to the town's well-being. And I add my special rock. And if you find the rock in the stew, you will know good fortune for the coming year.
Good to know.
So you're wanting us to what? Go ask every farmer in the town for food?
You? Are you a Völv yourself? Do you know how to tell the future?
No.
Well, every year, as I said, I put my special rock in the stew, and maybe one of you, if you are lucky enough to have a bowl, will find the rock. I am going to pick up all of the mutton and fat to put in the stew myself, but if you all could help me by picking up the produce, I would pay you a fair wage for your trouble. How does 4 gold pieces apiece sound for this job?
Pick
Each?
produce? Easy.
Yes, each.
Sure.
Well, before you go, it looks like you all are new in town. I should probably teach you the song that we sing during Mörsugur.
By all means.
By all means, feel free to sing.
She goes, Darb, will you help me with this one? And her dog goes, woo, 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 woo. And her dog begins to howl. And then she says, rock stew for me, rock stew for you. It's the soup that helps us in all that we do. If you want to make it, you need a few things. Potatoes, carrots, celeries, and 5 scallion rings. Rock stew for me, rock stew for you. It's the dish that helps us see winter through. Some salt, some pepper, a cauldron of bounty, a few cuts of mutton, and a magic rock or 3. Rock stew for me, rock stew for you. Have a happy Mörsugur. Let's eat some stew. And she appears to be waiting for applause.
That's your applause.
Salt, pepper, bounder, celery. What was the rest?
Oh,
Can
sorry.
you repeat your song?
No, there's no need. We have everything right.
So as she looks upon Erik for the first time, Erik, can you give us your establishing shot as she sees your rippling abs?
He's guzzling down a cup of ale while eating some bread, stuffing up his beard with his fingers, all while looking drunk off his ass with rosy tinted cheeks. As you'll see him, his arcane tattoos rippling across his body as he just glares over at Asarak.
She licks her lips twice. She says, well, yes, I got a little off track there. Here's what I'll be needing for the stew. I need carrots and celery from Farmer Greedle's farm. It's in the southwest part of the village. I'll need a bag of deep-root potatoes grown by the dwarves at the foot of the Hollow Hills, a bit west of the village. And finally, I'll need a bundle of scallions from the Tomten, who grow them in the grove just north of the village. And just in case you guys need that here.
Yeah. How long were we waiting to sing that? Like OOC?
Like, how long are you waiting to sing it? Whenever you...
How long were you waiting? How long were you waiting to? How long was that sitting there just waiting for you to use the song? I mean.
Oh, literally all day. All day. I've been waiting to sing it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and I need to sing a... So she looks to you all and she says, and there's no particular order that you need to collect those in, but just in case, I do need them.
Where will we find you? Back here?
Oh yes, once you have gotten all of the ingredients, you can meet me back at my house within the village. It's hard to miss. My house has the largest chimney, you know, because I have a large cauldron that I use to cook stews.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
You can ask me anything you like.
Did I mishear you, or did you say something about providing lodging?
Yes, if you need somewhere to stay, you are all welcome to sleep in my longhouse. Especially you, she points at Erik.
Nice.
And Erik, just in case you didn't see, this is what the lady looks like. However, she is only 3 feet tall.
Erik the lady killer with a wife that'll kill him.
Oh, you're already married? Oh, I always knew I can pick 'em. Isn't that right, Darb? And Darb goes, bark! Well, do you have any other questions about anything or the mission?
I'm good.
Any dangers we should be concerned about?
Oh, danger? No, I mean, that old farmer, you know, the last time I went round, he tried to charge me for the vegetables. I don't know why. Always gave them to me for free before. If I set foot on his farm again and see his smug fucking face, I don't know if I could control my temper.
Steal from him?
Don't steal from him.
Oh, I would never steal from anyone. And actually, that leads me to say, this is Mörsugur, and negative emotions will only ruin the town's spirit. So, please, don't do anything negative to any of these people. Don't try to intimidate them or beat them up or anything. That would be terrible.
Not even if they're a sourpuss ruining everything for everyone.
Yes, you have to kill them with kindness, sir. I know your raider types are not usually the type to be able to do that, but you need more than just a hammer in your tool belt.
Yeah.
And she looks at Erik. Sometimes you need a lead pipe. No, she doesn't say that. But,
I need a sword.
yes, sometimes you do need a sword. Let's see. She begins to scratch at her beard hairs.
Oh, what? Just beard hairs?
Very, very fine ones. Very fine ones.
Does that suddenly change your opinion about it?
No, I just don't get on the picture, so I'm just curious.
Now, if you are wondering about trouble, the head miner of the dwarven miners who grow the potatoes, Jagged, every month I give him a tincture to help him with his achy joints, but this month my joints were kind of achy and I didn't make enough for him and I. So if you get there and he asks about it, maybe one of you can do something about his aching joints.
You want us to massage him?
I mean, if it'll help his joints, or any of you a talented masseuse.
I have a hammer.
I heard that is a successful massage tool in some of the other raiding clans. But one thing for sure. The Tomten, the last time I went over there to get scallions, they tried to knot my poor Darb's hair. They put ribbons and bows in them. Oh. I almost lost my temper. Well, I did lose my temper, and I knocked over their house. So it'd probably go better if you all go and ask them for the scallions. It might even be good to bring Darb with you. Oh, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Do they curse? Isn't like pissing off Tomtons a very bad idea? Very bad idea. Like house fairies or something, or the equivalent.
Oh, those mushroom-headed fucks! I don't know if they can curse you. They can sure make a mean face when you knock their house over, though. You guys have noticed one thing about this one. She has a very foul mouth.
Yeah, I can tell.
However,
I've not spent this holiday in how long before, so I hope that we can make it a good one. It will help you get your stew.
now, as you guys are looking at the pair, those of you who are trained in survival, or trained in perception, or have a high perception score, you notice that this dog is wagging his tail heavily and is looking you all with anticipation on his very cute face.
I pet him.
As you pet him, he will roll over onto his back and show you his belly.
I will resist temptation.
Okay. Well, the Völv will say to you, well, this old hedge witch has to go get the mutton and the fat. Is there anything else I can do for you? Or perhaps it's time for us to say our piece and then meet back up later.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Just make sure you have the gold ready for us.
Oh, a man of action. All right. Well, I will.
Not that kind of action.
Oh, well, that's all right. Can't get everything you need. And the woman will take her dog with her, and they will begin heading out to get the mutton. So, heroes, what do you go after first?
I like her. She's feisty for 3 feet.
Mm-hmm.
What direction?
Let's head southwest.
Yeah, let's head southwest.
Sounds good to me.
I've heard that going southwest, you just never know where you're going to sit.
Sometimes your luggage gets lost too.
Mm-hmm. So as you begin to travel to the southwest, you guys are heading to Farmer Greedle's farm to collect the celery and carrots. I will set the scene. From the new paint and delicate wooden carvings of the farmer's god, Nark, lining the gate, it's evident the farmer has been doing well. An elderly human sits on the front porch with his grandchildren, shelling peas and singing about frog stew. When the farmer sees you all approaching, a smile breaks over his face as he says, "Hail, and well met, strangers. What can I do for you this fine day?"
So this is the Greedo, right? The southwest. Hey, we're from the village. Can we have some carrots and celery?
Carrots and celery? He looks to you with a kind of a investigative glare. Are you here to buy some? If so, I have some for sale.
How much?
Well, if you are here to buy some carrots and celery, I could sell you some for the going rate, 10 copper pieces.
How much do we need? Is that like enough for the ritual, quote unquote? I guess.
He would tell you, it would be, one bushel each of carrots and celery. Are you all here for the festival? Are you just traveling? Well, what finds you here at Farmer Gretel's farm?
We're here for the festival.
Oh, well, I've never seen you around the village before. Festival time is always a good time. When I was but 6 years old, I found the lucky rock in my stew.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we were hoping to help do, was get that stew ready. Apparently it's not going too well this year. We were told you'd be willing to help.
He crosses his arms. Tell me, are you emissaries of and he puts his hand, about 3 foot off the ground, of a small woman?
And a dog.
So Kupin sent you, did she?
She is the one that makes the stew, isn't she?
She is.
Seems like a good tradition.
I overheard her grumbling about Mörsugur and kind of hurt my feelings. I was always willing to give it to her freely because I thought she enjoyed doing it, but now that I know that it's such a bother to her, well, I feel like I had to start charging her.
That's weird. I don't know why it'd be a bother. She says the festival's supposed to bring happiness.
Oh,
Seems like she's lost the spirit then herself.
well,
Yeah.
well, tell me, do you all have the spirit of Mörsugur in you? Do you know any of the traditions?
If you start asking us to sing, I'm going to crush you with my hand.
He puts his hands up into the air. What? Don't crush me. I'm just a simple farmer.
I think
crush
he
the
was
innocent
joking.
farmer.
It didn't come across very well. No, I've not spent Mörsugur here before, so your traditions are different. I would love to hear them. Please.
He looks around. Well, do any of you know the Rock Stew song?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Ezra grins toothily at Eric. No, I don't.
I hate you. I hate all of you so
Well-
much.
perhaps we, to get into the spirit, we could all, I don't know, join hands and let out a song to the god Yark about Mörsugur, and it would bless our harvest.
Why don't we join hands, Eric? Are you still sore about the gold you lost to me?
You know that was bullshit.
I'll
Yes.
I'll pay you back. More drinks, I promise. Let the man enjoy his song. He's an old man, right? No offense, but you probably haven't many Mörsigurs left. Might as well make this one a good one.
Oh, yes. He looks up to you. It's my 36th birthday. No, he doesn't say that.
Oh wow. Hard 20s, huh? Me too.
No, he looks to you and says, yes, it's my 76th birthday today. Or it wasn't today. But wouldn't that be awesome if it was my birthday on Mörsugur? But yes, please, let's all join hands and sing the song of Rock Stew. And your DM is not going to make you all sing the song, but if you all do sing the song, you can select one person from your group to give me a performance check with fortune.
What if I sing the song?
What if you sing the song? Then I will say that you all automatically succeed.
I will sing the song.
All right, tell me, does anyone from the group not join hands with this doddering old man to sing the song of Rock Stew?
You'll see Eric just fighting an inner battle to get away
Let's
from
try to make
this.
sure Eric joins in.
Son of a bitch.
You will intimidate him if he does not.
Alright, fine.
Okay, so you guys all start to join hands, and then, Matea, you go into the Rock Stew.
Yes. Rock stew for me, rock stew for you. It's a soup that helps us so in all we do. If you want to make it, you need a few things: potatoes, carrots, celery, and 5 scallion rings. Rock stew for me, rock stew for you. It's the dish to help to see winter through. Some salt, some pepper, a cauldron of bounty, a cut of mutton, and a rock of 3. Rock stew for me, rock stew for you. Have a plain margus curry, let's eat some stew. I'm not good at singing.
He claps. Everyone. He says, "Oh, I was wrong. Copen, if she taught you this song, that means she still has the spirit of Mörsugur within her. Here." And he snaps at one of his grandkids. And the grandkids brings out a bushel of carrots and celery. And he looks at you in your eyes, Matea. He says, "Hold on, I've actually got something for you too."
Yeah?
He says, "Hold on." And it takes him a really long time to stand up. And he goes inside of his house. His grandkids are all just looking at you. And he comes back with a mallet.
Oh, what's this?
He says, "Oh, it's my lucky mallet."
Thanks.
"Here, I think you should have it."
Sure, I'll take it.
And he will give you a mallet.
Well done, Matea.
"Well, I hope to see you all at the festival. It's going to be so exciting." And you see that he's kind of like doing a happy jig as he's just thinking about the rock stew.
Good day, Farmer Riddle.
Come by. Maybe you'll find that rock again.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? I think that it's led me to my prosperous life and my beautiful grandchildren.
I like to imagine they're like picking their noses.
Oh, for sure. One of the kids is doing that thing that kids do, where they have lifted their shirt up to show you their belly. Just staring at you in the eyes. Okay. Well, if you all are content, you can move forward to try to find the next source of vegetables.
Dwarves, I guess.
Wait, let's make this interesting. Heads or tails?
Oh,
Heads.
Tails.
but which is which?
Heads, dwarves. Tails, the
Five.
scallions.
And are you going to use the flip a coin function in Foundry?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Continue.
So who's flipping a coin?
You hear a voice in the sky say, "I'll do it." Let's say 1 is heads, 2 is tails.
Okay.
That is a 1.
So we're doing the dwarves then. Okay.
Perfect.
It's fate.
I'm
Shut up,
always
Esther.
right, even when I'm wrong.
Excellent. So you exit the farm. Several children picking their noses. Some of them going to the bathroom out in the field. Many of them showing you their bellies, as children are only so far removed from being animals. I can say that because I have one. It doesn't take you long to get to a small mining compound sits just at the foot of the Hollow Hills. Several dwarves are sitting outside eating lunch. Hanging above the entrance is the sign, "Stime a mine. Our roots run deep." At the head of a table outside sits a venerable dwarf with a flowing white beard spilling over his mining leathers. He looks up to you and says, "Hello there. Here for our ore or potatoes? If it's the former, you're in luck. If it's the latter, there might be a problem."
Why is
We're
that
here
young
for
man?
potatoes.
"I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You there, large gentleman."
I said, why is that young man?
"Oh, I like you. Well, if you're here to pick up any potatoes, I set aside our current crop for Coop and Barrow, but she's yet to pick them up."
Oh, we're picking them up for her.
"Oh, is that right?"
Yeah, I can sing you her song if that proves it.
"No, that's alright. But I would like to know one thing. Where is my joint pain tincture?"
You want the honest answer?
"Oh, of course. Honesty is the best policy, that is."
I agree. She didn't make you any.
"Oh, that
Kept it all
bitch.
for herself because supplies were low this year.
Well, I understand her pragmatism. I wish she would have shared a little bit of the residual with me.
Aye, or at least told you.
But what are we going to do about this then? I've got your potatoes, but I've also got sore feet."
Have you tried soaking them in salt?
"I have. Doesn't penetrate my thick calluses. Here, look." And he takes his feet out of his boots, and he shows you his scaly dwarven corns.
I used to say very medically, like, you need to scrape those things off. like that's a problem.
If you have seen the show, My Feet Are Killing Me, this is just a straight up episode of that TV show as he wiggles his toes at you all.
I would rather not think about that, but okay.
Mhm.
I'd rather not think about that, but okay.
I agree. Now, heroes, what do you plan to do about this dwarf and his sore muscles and his aching joints? How will you help him?
Would a hammer help? Would a mallet help?
"What are you gonna do with a mallet?" he asks you.
Back into place.
"You're gonna smash my feet? Is that some type of massage?"
Yes.
You could attempt making a medicine check to massage his feet with your mallet, but I will say that it will be very tough to do so.
Lester will cast guidance on him.
I'm here playing that.
Wait, did you already do it?
16.
Okay, and you get a guidance? So you get a +1?
17.
So it's a 17? So can you describe us what it looks like as you, and you have guidance immunity, correct? Now that we've
For
done
an
this?
hour. For an hour.
So what does it look like when you fix this guy's sore feet with your stick? Can you just explain that?
I really hard with the hammer, and nothing happens for like a few seconds, and then it all just falls off, and it looks like a baby's feet.
He was like, well, Aldine be damned. How the fuck did you do that, you scaly bastard?
I know.
Is this some type of clan secret of the lizard folk? How to fix feet with your stick?
Kind of like looks around. A fish told me how to do it.
Oh well, I guess I should have known better. I guess I'll be talking to more gaily fish from now on. Here. And he whistles. And one of his dwarves comes up and they're holding a giant bag of potatoes. Give him the potatoes. Ain't for your trouble. He looks at Esarok and then at Vestar. Here, have one for each of you. And he gives Vestar a bottle, and then he gives Esarok a bottle. That there's a bottle of ore salvant. We make it by distilling the potatoes.
Do I know
Nothing.
what ore salvant's for?
Oh, well, you can melt stuff with it. You look like guys who often need to melt stuff. Am I right?
The guys. This is a problem. Thank you.
He looks down at his feet and then back at the ore salvant. You know, I wonder if that would have melted my corns if I poured him on there.
I try a small amount. Wouldn't want to burn a hole in your feet.
It's true. A dwarf without his feet is worth about as much as a fish on land.
Maybe not the ones this one talks to. Apparently, they know how to fix feet.
He makes a face as someone who just had a great revelation.
It was revealed to me in a dream.
A dream about a fish that fixes feet. Are you
It was
some...
like a.
Go ahead.
Fish with human legs. It was very weird.
Are
It
you
was
a...
revealed to me in a dream.
Are you a Völv?
I don't think so.
Maybe you should take the trials and become one of those seers.
I'm good, but thank you. I guess.
Well, you guys have got your potatoes. I guess I'll be seeing you all at the festival. I hope to be finding the rock this year.
He didn't give me anything.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Talk to him at all.
Hold on. What's your name, boy? I think I got something for you.
Erik.
Hold on. Erik, do you like pets?
Yes.
He turns around, he says, bring me the bag. And one of the dwarves runs over with a bag for him. And he's reaching into the bag and he says, how do you feel about birds?
Is there an owl?
He says, oh, well, tell me, what do you see? And he pulls his hand out of the bag and he's flipping you the bird.
I like this guy.
That's a good one.
He'll turn to Esarok. Hold me back. Hold me back right now. Hold me back. Oh, you're now holding him back?
No. He just tackles
He tackles the dwarf.
Okay, so you rush at this dwarf and you tackle him, and then within a few seconds, there's roughly 30 dwarves that are just all over Erik, pulling these two guys apart as they're just wrestling and beating each other up. And he's like, ah! And I'm sure Erik is screaming at him, going, ah! At the same time.
Mister will go in and pull the boy off.
He looks at you and he says, "Hey, you're lucky. You're lucky my clanmates weren't here. If they weren't here, I would have pulled off your right testicle and put it inside your left nostril."
I like your gusto.
I would have made him to a halfling.
Oh, those are some deep words you've got there, man. Deep words. I respect it. I'll see you at the festival.
I'll be seeing you there too.
And this dwarf, he's not a tall dwarf. He's roughly only about 3'11", but about 3 feet 11 inches wide as well. He is shaped like a beer can.
They are a dense folk.
Excellent. So, heroes, you only have one space left to go, and that is the village of the Tom Tom.
Why would you ask me to hold you back and keep yourself from having fun?
Well, I didn't want to injure the man.
He's tough looking. He's an old bastard. He can take it. Look at him.
As you guys are walking away and you peek a glance over your shoulders, you see that there are several dwarves now having to rub the man's injured muscles from getting into a tussle with the powerful Erik. You see that one of them has taken off his shoes and is starting to walk onto the dwarf leader's back.
Yes, he is strong.
Maybe not that strong.
Got a bag of potatoes.
Aye, we got a bag of potatoes. This festival's... Sorry, I've had a lot of ale today. Meat. I will drink ale, that's fine. That's for foreigners.
Yes, that is one bit of lore here. If you weren't here last time, you know that if you are a raider worth its salt, you would only drink mead. In a last resort, you might drink ale, but you would never drink wine. Wine is the drink of the banduer, and you do not want to be labeled as someone who would drink that swill.
What about red wine?
Red wine? Well, you see, in this setting, they definitely make a distinction between red, white, and rosé, and they only make, champagne in the Champagne region of Grim. No, it's all the same. All the same. That would...
I don't drink even IRL, so I know nothing about alcohol.
No, you're good. This information is all available in the player's guide.
I remember it.
Okay. So as you leave the Dwarven Hills, it doesn't take you long to approach the Grove. Twinkling lights dance in the shadows beneath the ancient trees. You can hear giggles and whispers filling the air, but you see nothing. Upon reaching the center of the grove, you can see, poking out through the small layer of snow, scallions, garlic, onions, and chives growing in thick clumps. The whispering stops, and the twinkling light fades. From within the trees, several diminutive fae wearing leaves and flowers emerge from hiding within the wood. Most of these creatures, like the character Toad, have a mushroom cap atop their head. A slightly taller mushroom cap having fae steps forward, wearing a crown of woven scallions and holding a purple onion flower, like a scepter. Looks to you all and says, I am Nelia Starsister, the Grove's Grand Gar Lucilia, and Allium Empress. Who are you to set foot in our domain?
We're here for the Valiants.
A scallion seeker, are you? And what purpose do you have for our scallions?
A Völv asked us to come.
A Völv, you say? Is this Völv a halfling?
She is.
And by chance, do they have a glorious golden god that travels with them?
She does.
Yeah.
Oh, how I wish to see Lord Darbiton the Golden. One more time. If only he was here now. Oh well. The last time that rude creature came, she knocked down our castle. And she points over her shoulder. And you guys can see several logs that have been knocked over onto the ground.
Why don't you just go into town and visit the mutt?
There's two images. There's two images of each one for me. If that matters.
Oh, there's two images?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a screenshot.
Oh, I see it here. What a browser are you using by chance?
Firefox. It usually works. I'm just gonna refresh though.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, you guys see this like broken fortress, this castle that has been knocked over by a Godzilla-sized creature, obviously.
Does it look like it can be put back together?
You believe that if you are even just a novice crafter, that you could easily assemble this castle back together again.
Okay, it's good now. Cool.
Vestar does his best and tries to put it back together if anyone else would mind helping him.
I don't have crafting, so I can't really help you. But I wish you best luck.
So you could go about this two ways. You could either use crafting to assemble the logs Lincoln log style back together, or using your might, you could use athletics to hoist these logs into a respectable shape.
Oh, can I assist with athletics?
You could.
Okay, I'm gonna roll athletics to aid right now.
Oh, before you do so. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, never mind.
Did it come through?
Sorry. No, it came through. Sorry, I rolled just as you said that.
No, you're fine. Let's see here. Aid. So this is particularly easy. So I was going to say the DC is only a 15. So you would give a +1 circumstance bonus to the athletics check or crafting check of Vestar.
I will do athletics to be safe. And I'll give myself a +1 circumstance bonus for the aid.
There you go. Good game, easy. So the other Tomten dance around Vestar, singing songs in strange languages with a canter and rhythm that makes no sense. And as Vestar builds their castle back to its full height, the leader of the Tomten approaches with a garland of onion flowers and garlic and says, "Hero whose name I have never learned, you have rebuilt our castle, a feat that none of us could hope to attempt." Oh, give me 1 second, guys.
Never mind.
Last time I checked, she was. Here's one more. Did she go into the...
Well, while we have a moment. Hi everyone! I'm excited to be here.
Hello?
Is your first session as well?
Yeah.
I want to call you Alec here, so that's like respect.
Yeah, well, we'll all have to adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's right here.
I just don't want it when it's time to go for them to get into a fight or anything, so just be careful.
I will be. Hey guys, sorry about that. We were looking for our dog Norma. She was hiding behind my computer.
Okay.
She just had surgery, so she's wearing a cone. So we're like, where is she?
The cone of shame.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately enough, it is causing one of our other dogs, Gertie, to be triggered, and they are like in battles.
Fighting?
Yeah, like attacking one another, and it's just.
That's weird. Okay, I get dogs are weird.
Yeah, we've been having some fun with them, trying to catch a mole in our backyards. A million holes right now.
Oh, I'll send you guys a picture of our hole that our dog Izzy has dug. She is trying to return to South Korea, from which she has came.
I feel like that's what mine was doing too.
Okay, I am sorry to have interrupted our gameplay here, everyone. So yes, the small Tomten has tried to put a flower garland around Vestar's neck. Vestar, do you accept this flower garland?
He lets the young lady that I don't remember her exotic name, he does make a comment and says, "Did you know that garlic is the most blessed of vegetables to Luta, due to not only its healing ability, but also its edible goodness?"
And her name is Nelia, Star Sister. Nelia will look to you. Her cheeks a bright red as she swoons. Ooh, I was now made aware of this. Thank you for this knowledge.
Thank you for your gift.
And you have come for this. And she will present you all a giant bag filled with scallions. And she will whisper into Vestar's ear. You are owed a favor by the Tomten of this grove. Just simply call upon us if you are ever in need.
Good to know. Thank you.
She was whispering that to Vestar, so you would have not been privy to that.
No statement.
No, you're good.
I thought it was like a no statement.
So Vestar, please continue.
He just nods. Kind of looks at Eric, looks back at Nelia, and then smiles back at her and says, "Thank you very much."
It is my pleasure. We will all be attending the festival this year in hopes of finding the rock. Good fortune. For even just a year of a Fae's life is something to be sought out.
I agree.
During this time, as this conversation is happening, the building was happening. Daniel, have you made it into the game yet, or you still working your way in here?
Yep, I'm in the game.
Okay, so hanging out in the back of the group, and he's been here the whole time, just being quiet, maybe introspective. Karond, could you give us a establishing shot of your character?
Sure. So Current is a relatively short individual, I imagine, next to the giants that are on the artwork on most of the characters here. He is wearing mostly dark burgundy cloak with hood up. He has this sort of small, kind of classical, small bushy beard and green eyes. And the way he conducts himself normally is just to try and not be very flashy. Like he is, typically, if he is like relaxed, he's typically looking a little bit down to the ground so that the hood is concealing his face a little bit. Almost like he prefers not to be recognized unless needed. And and he's got, the usual attire of a short sword, like a small bow, and some tools at his belt.
Excellent. And I made sure to do this. It should be on your character sheet already, is the hero point that everyone got to start the session out with.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure.
Jesus Christ, how long has that guy been there?
Karen will kind of chuckle and say, I just been trying not to interrupt this wonderful series of bizarre interactions. I don't typically engage in small conversations and tasks like these, and it's funny and fascinating to look at it sometimes from their side.
Alright then. Just say something this time.
Sure. I will try not to hide as much.
Could have sworn you were someone else. Ugh.
Well, now that we've got everything, I believe we can head back to Coopin.
Could have sworn he was someone else. Who are you afraid of showing up behind you? But yes, we should be good now.
Remember that blue kobold?
No.
The one I told you about. The one who owes me money.
Owes you money or you owe him money?
I'm pretty sure he owes me money.
Why wouldn't you want him to show up then? You could
I confronted him after the mission, and he has some big buddies, bigger than me, so I backed away.
Like this one, and I gesture to the lizard man with us.
Yeah. Wait. What? What?
Are you friends with the blue kobold who owes him money?
Are you assuming just because I'm a lizard, I know all kobolds?
You're a lizard, right?
How he blinky stares at you.
You're a kobold, right?
I'm a lizard folk.
Like
Isn't that
same? Is it the same thing?
a big kobold?
She kind of sighs. No,
Well-
it's not. It's very much not.
Huh.
But you're like,
Tell the folks back home that.
cousins, right? Once removed, twice removed.
No, technically I'm beastborn.
Oh. So, like third cousins.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I imagine this conversation is all happening as you guys head back to the village with a stockpile of a bunch of vegetables.
Garond will kind of mumble under his breath something like, "Dear Lord, we are vegetable collectors. What is my day?"
Did you miss the part where we sung earlier? I don't know if you were listening in.
No, I did. Yeah, I think
can
Not
see
just
it.
vegetable collectors. We're
he's still
vegetable
processing that. It's fine.
I can sing again if you want.
No, I got it. I got it the first. No worries. I mean, if you'd like to, I wouldn't stop you. But
Oh yeah, that's let me scroll up real quick. Rock stew for. She cuts it. She's cut off.
She just continues to sing. I love it. Okay, so everyone. Kupin's cottage is brightly colored with a thatched roof and a tall chimney, merrily puffing smoke into the brisk air. Yet as you get close, the house begins to quake and rumble. You see that the front door spills open and numerous cobblestones pour out from the front door. They all have open mouths with gleaming sharp teeth. They look like this.
The
That's
fuck is
nightmare
that?
fuel.
Oh god, what the fuck is these things?
What did she put in that damn stew?
And let me activate the map. As you all can see, this giant swarm of these mouthy cobblestones. And as you are brought to the map, I have to pause this medieval tavern music. And I've got to put on something a little bit more dire.
At least it's better than the worm, right?
Guess we'll find out.
And you all should now be able to roll into initiative.
Oh, nice.
Why am I after it?
Why am I an unknown adventurer?
Should we do it from utility or from somewhere else?
I feel that if you do it from utility, from your character sheet, or if you go to the combat tracker itself, it should all be fine. It should give you the same result.
Oh, found it.
Now, in Pathfinder 2, a difference about the system here, there's no initiative tie breaks with like the Cobble Swarm and the Unknown Adventurer, aka Matea. It is the monster that goes first. So, we will begin here.
Fight.
Every time it gets me.
Very good.
Okay, the Cobble Swarm will spend its first Pac-Man as it sees meat up ahead of it. And it will stride up to you all. And it will use 2 Pac-Mans. Wait! Before it does. I will have to give you all a hero point because it has been an hour.
So we all have 2, right?
Are we getting 1 per hour?
Yeah, we get 1 per hour. So for the person that did the recap, they might have 3 hero points right now.
Cool.
Okay, let me continue. So the creature will move up, and it's going to use its grasping bites ability.
Oh, it's in its space. That means it has to be like.
That's right. So that means it would have to be on top of you guys. Okay, so instead of that, it is going to. It will stride one more time because it can stride to get on top of you guys because it is a swarm.
Still pro stack opportunity.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit. Bonk. That's a miss. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
Okay, I shall. So it will move up into you guys. It can't do its cool move, but instead, it is going to it'll target Erik because Eric's belly button is showing.
Wait, no, what's that Asarat? Look at that face. It's punchable. It is. Am I wrong?
Actually, I think
It is kind of smug. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. Look
I
at
was
that
like,
smug face.
wait, he sent me an artwork, and I was like, you gotta give him a smug smile.
Actually, I think both Erik and our friend Esarok will make the save here. It is a basic reflex save. As they just start jumping up.
Okay. A reflex.
And Mateo, do you have a special ability that lets you opportunity attack like this?
No, that's just how it works in Pathfinder 2.
Yeah, but don't you need to have opportunity attack as a feature or something?
He's a fighter.
I'm a fighter.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's-
that's right. So,
I'm gonna hero
only
point
ask
that.
me, What do you like stack up? Like generally, like what do you stack up on? Because I can explain if need be.
Or if I'm gonna hero point that,
Okay. Please do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Nice.
guys would both succeed, but you don't critically succeed, so you should only take half of this. So you guys take 2. No problem. So that is all of the creatures' Pac-Mans. Mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash now.
Okay.
That's another miss. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna MAP -5 and hit
Yeah, that hits.
for 5 damage for max minimum damage, and raise my shield.
Okay, it will take your 5 damage.
And then I'm gonna raise my shield. End turn.
Okay, Eric, there are all of these bouncing rocks all around you, and their mouths are cupping themselves onto your flesh. What do you do?
Okay, first and foremost, since he wasn't prepared to fight something, he's gonna use an first action to pull out his halberd, which you'll see is rather large in size compared to a medium-sized halberd you would normally see.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, for a man of his stature, going to take the stride action and move back. Remind me again, because this halberd has reach, if someone is between me and a target, would that be a negative penalty to my attack?
The creature would have cover.
So his AC will be up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna move back here.
No.
And he's then going to rage for his third action.
Mm-hmm. Now, this probably won't come into play, but so you all know, its space is difficult terrain. Just in case.
Got it.
All right, and since since I have the giant instinct, I will be at clumsy 1. So I have to manually do that myself. And let's see, pull out, stride, rage. Yep, that's my turn.
That's 2 actions.
No, I'm interacting to pull out my halberd. Second
Got it,
action,
okay, sorry.
take a step back, and yeah.
Okay, Vestar, you are up.
All right, well, he knows what this is, and he will call upon the power of Lady Luca and drop a fat bless around him. I don't remember if I have to drop the or you do.
I think you can drop it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then he will raise a shield, and that will be my turn.
Hey, Orc, can you move the camera dog out the way?
Oh, for sure. Is it right in front of you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I am going to wade my way through this creature to the other side of it, and in the process twirl out my little fancy warhammer and stare the creature down and kind of study it over, and I'm just going to make it my prey as my third action. That's it for me, just a setup round really, and providing some flank for everyone.
Fair enough. Carond, you're up.
Well. Okay, actually, Karond is already flanking, so I was preparing to move, but he is not gonna. So Karond is going to kind of sigh with kind of almost relief and say, well, finally, something to actually do. And upon also noticing Vestar pulling out the bless and probably uttering the name of Luta, he'll kind of nod and smile and say, I can respect that. And so, yeah, first action to pull out the short sword that he's got. And then he will try to strike. Now, are we flanking with Esarok?
You are flanking with Esarok.
Okay, so does that make the Cobble Swarm flat-footed?
Yes, and a fun thing about the Foundry Pathfinder 2e system, it has automatic flanking detection.
Amazing. Okay, in that case, I will try to swing with my short sword.
These Pathfinder Foundry kids, the devs are just insane.
Oh,
How
they're
much they've
awesome.
coded in.
They're great. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yes.
That is a critical.
Bad. Perfect. So that'll also trigger my sneak attack, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if it's gonna roll it automatically. So let's try critical.
Guys.
It does.
Okay, 24, and this is piercing damage, correct?
It is.
Okay, you notice that as you, with your short sword, that your attack is not as deep as you wanted it to be. The creature does take 19 points of damage here. So as it takes 19 points of damage, you see that the swarm dies, but for some reason, the combat is still going.
Okay, I imagine Karun kind of cuts through 3 or 4 cobblestones with one swing, and then as they fall, he's kind of surprised that was so easy. So he kind of draws back to a position of combat and just waits to see what happens next. That'll be my turn.
Okay, at the start of round 2, this house here, can you guys see my ping?
Mm-hmm.
Is the house that I am treating as the house of your contractor. From the front door, you see and hear the sound of more of these terrifying little rocks as they scream out the door. As a new swarm runs out of the door. And they will need to roll into initiative. Okay, so we are at the start of round 2, and we are back to Matei. Matei, you saw these creatures just run out the door. What do you do?
For 20 feet. 25. Yeah, I can reach it. I'm gonna go over here and bump. One action. That's one action.
Mm-hmm.
Bump is the second action. A hit.
That does hit.
8 damage. And raise shield.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm.
And turn.
Eric, you can hear more of these creatures have ran out the door.
Alright, he's going to sudden charge and strike twice.
The most OP feat.
Nice.
Yeah, and as part of that, he can attack.
That is a hit. Wow! For 19 piercing, you discover, as you deal 19 points of piercing damage, this creature somehow seems to be resistant to that piercing damage. However, it takes 14 points of piercing damage. And it is no more. However, the combat continues. As you can hear the sounds of more of these creatures getting spit out of something from within the house.
Could Eric just... Is the door open?
The door is open.
Alright. Last action, he'll stride a third time into the house.
Okay, as you stride into the house, you see that the cauldron is spitting these things out like a popcorn machine spits out popcorn. It is rocking from side to side, just spitting these things out.
he'll just scream out, someone come knock this thing over! And end his turn.
Vestar, you heard the cry of Erik from within the house.
Is there a window that Vestar could jump through on the east side of the house? Or
Exactly what I was thinking. We look at each other with like the same look, like, yeah.
Yeah, there is definitely a window on this side of the house.
Okay. I apologize to the Völv. The window is closed. But he just tries to barrel through it.
Sure. It is a thin glass window, so just give me an athletics check as you run at this glass window. It's got a very low DC. Yeah, so you smash through this window, and inside of the home, it's, open floor concept. You see there's a cauldron in the center. Erik is standing nearby as this thing is spitting out these creatures.
Can I get to it and knock it over with what I have left action-wise?
Yeah, that only took you one action to get in, so you still have 2 actions left.
Sure, run over and push it over.
Okay, yeah, give me an athletics check to push this thing over. Ooh, so with a 14, as you go to push this thing over, this thing is freaking heavy.
Erik, I need some help. It's the end of my turn.
Okay. Esarok, you just saw Vestar just burst through this window.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come up behind him into the same window and kind of roll through it behind him. It's gonna, roll in and see, turns to the door and says, "Erik, I need some help." And I was like, "Well, I'm not Erik, but," and I'll run up and try to shoulder slam it myself off the. So, what do you want me to make in athletics?
Yeah, athletics to try to knock this thing over.
All right, shoulder slam.
Ooh, okay. So you're able to knock this thing off its base. Doom! And as you knock it off its base, you see within there's all of these strange glowing runes.
Shit. Alright, so it's like, it's off its base. Is it like sideways at the moment then?
I would say this is in the party foul position. So it is... I'm going to draw a very good description here. It's kind of looking like this. Can you guys see my drawing?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
And there's like things coming out like this.
Oh, the ruins. Is that what the ruins are?
Those are the rocks that are coming out, and then there's like glowy stuff inside.
Oh, man. Ooh, I assumed it was my action economy to knock it over, though, right?
You would still have 1 action left, right?
Okay, then he will just use that, I think, to... I guess the kind of an equivalent of point out to just shout to everyone, "There's ruins in this thing! Does anyone know magic?"
Just smash him.
And if I have an action to do it, he'll try to swing his hammer in and smash him.
Yeah, give me a strike with your hammer. This thing does have HP, hardness, and a broken threshold.
23.
Oh, that will hit.
Your damage. 5 bludgeoning.
Oof. So this thing has a hardness of 5. So I believe with a hardness of 5 and doing 5 damage, you did not get through its damage
just
threshold.
a resounding thud, basically.
Mm-hmm. So we hear a dink.
Alright, that's my turn.
Karand, you see these guys have committed one of the greatest crimes.
Pushed over a cauldron.
They're just treating this city like it's their own personal just playground, breaking windows, knocking over cauldrons. What do you do?
Look, we didn't start this, okay? The fucking cobblestone started this. Anyway, Karand is going to explain, did someone say magic? And he's going to stride into the house. Which I don't know how... basically, I would like to get to a point where I can see the runes and would be able to look at them and
If
try
you
to identify them, I guess.
if you go through the window, you can get there in one stride action.
Perfect. I'm gonna leap through the window and try to, with my... Once I'm in view of the runes, I'll kind of, get a little close and try to look at them really closely and try to recall knowledge I may have about runes akin to these or magic like this.
Okay, for the runes, it would be an Arcana check.
Okay, but first of all, I'm gonna stride. Wait, how do I do this? Later. So recall knowledge. And how do I trigger a specific
Okay.
skill?
So, really quickly, everyone, let me make sure the basic action macro is available to all players. So if you go into the macro folder, you should be able to find the basic action macros, and I would just drag that out onto your toolbar.
And where can I find the macro folder?
Okay, it's the bottom left side of your monitor, and it should be right below the player list, and it should look like a little folder.
Okay, I see it.
And if you drag that onto your hotbar and you target your token or click your token and then hit it, it'll pull up all of your actions. It's like the greatest macro ever.
Apply or execute.
Drag it onto the hotbar and then left click it.
Cool, thank you. Okay, so now I need to recall knowledge.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I know that this is supposed to be a secret check, but you rolled a natural 20. And your modifier on that is a 5. So you got a 25 on your Arcana check here. So for a natural 20, you got 2 successes. And for that, you have eliminated 2/3 of the runes necessary to get this thing to work. There's only 1 rune remaining on the inside of this cauldron, spitting out these rocks.
Okay, focus on this rune, keep hitting it or something. And that's my turn, I guess. Or was it just one action? Or I mentioned that I would have to recall knowledge and then, try to mess with the runes for my last action, right?
I will say you still have 1 action remaining.
Okay, but I imagine I can't do, another recall knowledge. So I guess I'll try to just destroy the last rune with, by hitting it with my short sword, I guess.
Sure.
Which is kind of stupid, but, who knows?
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Oh, and recall knowledge is only 1 Pac-Man, so I'm pretty sure you can do 3 recall knowledges in your turn if you need to.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's kind of sounds weird if I tried to remember stuff and then that allowed me to eliminate 2 rooms. I'll just in a moment I'll just try to strike it, but then later I'll try to figure it out.
Sure. Give me some damage here.
Let's see. That's 5. Another thought I'm taking it.
Yep, just another ding.
Okay, hit it harder.
You guys know the magic number is 6. Okay, at the start of round 3, the cauldron produces another swarm. And this is kind of weird because I think if you guys would agree, because it comes out of the cauldron. So I'm going to say where I drew the cauldron is where you guys are at in the house.
That's fair.
And I think Erik is up here as well. So this thing just pops out and it falls all over Vestar and Alt on Esarok as it just comes out of the cauldron. So it's going to use its cool boy move. It's grasping bites. All right, so here comes one for our friend Vestar. It needs to make athletics. That's a 24 against your fortitude DC.
That's a hit.
Okay, but if it is just a success, he would just fall prone. Okay, and then... And Esserok, what is your fortitude DC?
My fortitude DC is. I don't know if I made two different separate checks. Let's see. 1 second.
Yeah, it looks like it makes one check, and then it makes...
Minus 17, so also is a hit.
So, okay, both you guys get knocked to the ground as this creature starts pecking at your feet. And that took 2 of its actions. And then oh my gosh. So if you are knocked prone, I think this is going to be a wombo combo here. It is going to do its pummeling assault on each foe in its space, which would be Vestar and Esserok. So can you guys give me a reflex save?
That's prone in Pathfinder Impact reflex saves.
Should factor in all the other. This Foundry is pretty good with that stuff.
You're flat-footed. Take a -2 circumstance to attack rolls. It does not look like it affects your save. Okay, so both you guys are rolling well, but we were looking for a 27 to avoid any damage. So you guys would take half of this damage for a mighty 1. This thing, it's super deadly as it deals 1 damage to you all. And... oh, I didn't even have it roll initiative. Go ahead, Mateo, it's your turn.
I'm going to run up. Can I move up to it with 1 action?
Yep.
I'm going to power attack with 2 actions.
Okay, power attack. Please target.
Oh, I didn't target it.
That's
I'm
okay.
Going to roll again.
With your hero point, yes.
I'm going to hero point then because I'm going to get dead. 14 hit.
A 14 is not a hit.
Damn it. Okay, end turn then. I'm
Okay,
putting myself
Eric.
right here for trade purposes. I can move my character. There you go.
Eric, you heard the call from your friends.
Do I focus on the monster, or do I destroy the cauldron?
Destroy the cauldron. We can handle the monster later.
Okay. He'll take a stride action. Would I be next to the cauldron since it's knocked over, since the monster spawned from it, or do I have to move over to it?
I'll say that because we're in a wimey-timey space, you're close enough to the cauldron.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I have reach, so it doesn't even matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's going to strike at the part with the rune on it. He will... wait, I'm talking to the monster.
A
Would a
12... 12 will not hit the cauldron.
He will hero point that.
That hits.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. There's a damage.
That definitely gets through. So you guys see Eric slice the cauldron in half. As it's sliced in half, it stops spitting out these cobble swarms, and the cobble swarm, empowered by the runes, explodes into tiny pieces. Not explodes in such a way that it will give you damage. But the creature dies. All of the other tiny little cobble mites that were running around also die. And the combat ends. As you see these dead, grotesque creatures lying on the ground.
Eric
That
keeps
was
smashing.
unexpected.
Eric will keep smashing to pieces. Is it over? Are we done?
I think it's over.
Pick
Yes.
up one of the kind of cracked ruins in my hand.
What is this thing?
Well,
In a way that can only be explained as serendipity, a woman walks through the door with her very beautiful golden retriever. And she says, "Oh, hello, guys. Did you get the vegetables? What the fuck?" As she walks through. What happened?
A bunch of rock beings came out and attacked us. So we destroyed the cauldron.
Ooh, that's unpleasant.
What are these?
She looks at you and she says, "Well, I'm not really sure what those monsters are."
What are these? And he shows her their ruins.
You see, I have to be honest. I hadn't taken proper care of my cauldron, and I've left its preparation to the last minute. And I think I may have made a few mistakes in the writing of my magical runes. I'm guessing that perhaps when I wrote the runes for multiplying what was inside the cauldron, when I dropped the rock in there, it started multiplying the rock.
Why did the rock have teeth?
That I don't know. Wait, I do know. Oh no. She puts her hands on her hips. I write a rune into my cauldron to make sure that my stews have bite. Puh.
Well done. Well done.
That is,
Literal definition.
that is quite literal interpretation, but does explain things.
I hate magic so much.
I'm with you there.
Well, what is done. I won't be making stew in that cauldron, but thankfully, she goes over to her closet and she opens up a closet, and you see that she has a cauldron made of copper. It is a copper basin cauldron. Perhaps I should use this time. And are any of you skilled in the writing of runes?
I like the others.
As she's looking around, I see that we have a certain Tide Pod consumer. Does someone who has been hiding in the back of the room step out to say, maybe I could be of help?
Oh, no, I'm just watching. John is busy.
Okay, John is busy. I was going to say, maybe they do a Zoolander / David Bowie cameo here at the last moment.
Well,
Go ahead.
I guess if no one is kind of showing any initiative, I guess Karund will kind of shrug and say, "Well, I did have a fellow friend from whom I picked up a few things, so I could try, but I'm no magic user, so it's more about I'll try to imitate, but it's not, authentic or whatever whatever you can say."
Here, why don't you stand in front of the basin? Here, and use this paintbrush. And she'll hand you the paintbrush.
Sure. And I guess Karund will try his best.
And she says, "Here, let me get a stool." And she gets a stool and puts a stool behind you, and she'll climb up the stool, because she's a halfling, only 3 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
And she climbs up, and if you allow her, she will kind of ratatouille and help you paint the runes on.
Feels weird, but I'm into it.
I actually think there's probably a better movie reference here that we could make. If you're familiar with a certain Patrick Swayze movie from the early 90s, the scene becomes very similar to this, as she helps you write the runes.
Cool. Probably with similar results. Okay, so if What kind of thing are we attempting here?
No check necessary here. She's using her skill. She's paying attention. So with your hands and her ability, you are able to write the correct runes onto the pot.
Excellent.
So she looks to you and she says, "Did you all get the vegetables necessary?"
Yes, Völv, we got all of the ingredients you requested.
Well, excellent. Here, and let's get this thing over the fire. Start heating up the pot and let's get a stew going.
Very well.
And
Is it safe?
it'll be safe and it will be delicious. And what happens next is a montage, hopefully, of all of you guys helping her make the best batch of rock stew that has been made yet. So we see scallions being torn and added, potatoes, carrots and celery, the mutton and the mutton fat, and maybe the most important ingredient, the water to make the stew a stew. At the end of this long cooking process, night has fallen and everyone in the village is out dancing, fires are being lit, music is being played to celebrate Mörsugur. The rock stew song is being sung out in the courts of the village among the snow. As your labor is finished, Kupenbaro, go ahead.
I have a note. Esero offers to carry the cauldron down for her to the festival.
Ooh, Kupin will accept you carrying the cauldron if you and the strong-backed Erik can carry it down for her. That would be very helpful.
That's alright, Esserok. I can carry it myself.
No, alright, that's fine, but I'm coming with you. The two of them, while carrying this down in private, Esserok will lean into Erik and say, "Went through a lot of trouble for this damn stew. Fish that fucking rock out. We're keeping it."
So you guys are going to cheat the system to try to get the rock so no one else can get it?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because I was going to ask you guys at the end of the session, everyone was going to roll a D-hundo to see if any of you guys got the rock.
I was gonna use the fairy favor to see if I could turn those odds in someone else's favor.
Just fish it out on the way down and put it in our pockets.
Alrighty. So the old lady is obviously very distracted because she's got those two guys are carrying it. She's got Matea, she's got Vestar and Karrand in the house. Darb is very excited, so she's not watching you guys carry this stew down. So, yeah, do you guys just try to fish for the rock? Mm-hmm. Okay. We will say that you guys fish a rock out of the stew.
Is it the rock?
It is a rock. You guys find a rock in there. Is it
Never know.
the rock? It's like the wishbone at Thanksgiving. Is it the wishbone itself, or is it the belief?
Okay, but if it's not, can we keep fishing for more rocks?
I'm gonna say that you guys, you do a really good, thorough search of this stew, and you do find a rock.
Why does this stew taste like sweat and hands?
It's really good this year. It's got a nice salty flavor to it. Okay.
Oh no.
So the woman, before you guys left, would have given you each your payment of 4 gold pieces to help her with this mission. So you guys can have 4 gold pieces. And you can each add 100 XP to your character sheets. Because XP is fun. And I will give Jonathan 100 XP as well, because he deserves it.
He was there.
No.
To spirit.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he was just kind of in the background. He's cheering you guys on. from across the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan's knowledge
Across
helped
the
us,
Forgotten Sea.
helped us with the room.
So,
Across the Forgotten Sea.
as you all are now sitting around the festivities, maybe with someone already fishing out a rock in their pocket, can I have everyone who decided to eat a bowl of stew roll a D100?
Mm-hmm.
And then if our friend Vestar would like to use his thing.
Hey,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
Oh, how?
What's this?
How?
That's a triple high five.
Wait, Orf. Since we completed the thing, do we get a hero point from that?
I guess you would have got a hero point, and I think you could use your hero point on your D100. I just have never seen three D100 rolls that were the same result before.
I rolled-
Might as well use it.
Be mindful. I rolled a 3 for Trust the Strong. Keep that in mind.
I'm gonna reroll mine.
I rolled another single digit.
23.
And someone already rolled 23 though.
These rolls, wow.
Vestar and Eric rolled 23s. I know.
Over here with a 24. Oh yeah.
You've disrupted the balance by taking the rock. You've disrupted the balance of the universe.
I'm not. So, one quick question. So, do we want higher numbers or lower numbers for this?
I haven't said.
Because that. I don't know. I like the low numbers, so I'll stick with it.
Okay. You see the old man, the farmer, is sitting there eating from his bowl of soup. And he will roll a D100.
I'll use the favor and see if he can get it
Oh, you're going to use the favor?
on the farmer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me just roll for the dwarf. And then finally, I will roll for the tom-tom. That didn't do what it was supposed to do. Hold on. I know it
It's
says...
100, yeah.
Okay. So,
It's so much better than us.
as you guys are all eating, what is the emotion that Eric and Esserok have as these people are like eating through their stew and then looking to see if they have a rock in the bottom or not? What's the emotion they have on their face?
This stew's pretty good.
My wife has made better.
So, is it like some?
no guilt. There is no guilt here. He's just like, yep, I earned this fucking rock.
What I'm wondering here is Eric showing this like shit-eating face that he's got right now? Like, this stew's okay, but my wife made better.
Yeah, he is.
So, as the old man is eating the stew, you guys see him chewing on the meat, just looking at his grandkids, and he puts a spoonful into his mouth, and he bites down, and you see him grab at his jaw. And he spits something out into his hand. You see, first thing he pulls out is a tooth. And he throws that over his shoulder. The second thing he picks up is a large bone. And he looks over to you all and said, Did she take the bones out of the meat?
I look at her.
She nods her head, as in, no, I didn't.
She didn't, apparently. I was not informed. We were not informed. She kind of just kind of gets up and walks away.
Marrow's good for you. Slurp it down.
The third thing he holds up from his hand. You see a smooth pebble, the size and shape of a quarter. It is light blue in color. As the man is bleeding from his mouth, from his broken teeth, from eating a bone and a rock.
Eric immediately runs over and grabs it.
As you try to sprint over to this old man to steal this blue rock from him, you are tackled by an immense number of of townspeople, and
We're fighting through this. We're fighting through this.
It really is a magic rock. Fuck me.
We're
And
fighting.
Ezra just slurps down his soup. He's more satisfied now that he doesn't have it.
Fade to black, I guess.
so yeah, so there's just a giant town brawl happening with Erik at the center, and Vestar, you look to your side, and you see that there is just a row of these mushroom-headed fey creatures giving you an approving nod.
Vestar may be drunk, he might not be drunk, but he nods back.
Vestar, as you turn to your left, maybe it's the stew, maybe it's the thick honey mead that they serve at this table, but you swear that the dog is giving you a thumbs up. And that's where we will fade to black.
Wait, Orf, can I roll one more D100 just to see if I can snatch that magic rock? Just one more.
Does this count as a manipulate action?
So I will say,
Action?
it on your D100, if you roll a 1, you can get the rock from this guy's hand. If you roll anything else but a 1, some part of your body is going to get ripped off by this town. So you got a 1% chance to get the rock, a 99% chance to lose a part of your body as you continue to fight this entire town for this rock.
You know what?
This count as an interact action.
I will say that the party cannot make opportunity attacks against him. This is just him versus fate.
Fair enough.
Wait, is this part considered canon to the actual adventure?
This is the prologue. So if you count the Star Wars prequels as canon to Star Wars, then yes, this would count.
That's a trick question.
So you might start the adventure missing a testicle, missing an arm, missing your eye. And then
You know what? Okay, hear me out. If I do fail, can I decide what part I lose?
Yes.
Okay, that's good enough then.
Okay. This is some crazy shit.
Remember, boys, this is a man who rolled 3 nat 1s
Don't
and cursed a straw.
Just let it go. It's a rock.
Do it for the rock.
I can't turn it down as part of my barbarian shit, man. I have to rise to the challenge.
It is. It is.
It's terrible, I know.
We will all feel sorry for your missing part. Let's go.
Is it your wedding tackle?
It's 88.
Okay.
Hey, you got a hero point, right?
I'm seeing triple zeros on his hero points right now.
No.
Okay, I just want to say he loses a toe.
Okay. What is your dominant hand?
Wait, what?
Yeah, what's your dominant hand?
Or don't do this. I said a toe.
I just want to know what your dominant hand is.
My,
Just a question.
my right?
Yeah, so you lose your right big toe.
Oh, thank God. Oh wait, no.
Mechanically, it doesn't really do a lot, but you would walk with a very strange limp now, as you are missing your toe. If you will allow me to storytell this here. So during the battle, you lose one of your boots, and the entire crowd is wrestling. And there is just a moment when your foot is just hanging out in the air. And there is a blue kobold there.
That motherfucker.
And he is watching your foot, his eyes glinting in the firelight as he licks his chops. And as your foot hangs in the air for just a moment, Esarok, you see a blue kobold running on the backs and heads of the people in the crowd, and he does a swan dive up, his mouth open, as he consumes Eric's toe. Excellent, everyone. So that is the end of our adventure. That was our second prolonged adventure. here in the world of Grimnir.
If I don't catch that fucking kobold in this adventure, I'm suing you, Orf.
You're gonna pump his stomach to get your toes back.
I'm ripping that bastard apart.
Who knows? You might meet him. From my knowledge, do you know this kobold's name?
No. He never bothered to learn.
Bibeg, the kobold. BBEG, the kobold. Bibeg.
So, of a mechanic that is in this game. I don't know if you all saw this, but you can swear oaths of enmity against people, and they have mechanical benefits from the player's guide.
I'm gonna swear an oath just to kill this fucking kobold, man.
There's the Oath of Retribution. So we'll have to decide how that translates, of course, to a different system. However, if you fail to enact this Oath of Enmity, you are cursed. And to recover the curse, in the 5th edition version of this, you have to have the Greater Restoration spell cast on you for 8 consecutive days, and finally, a sacrifice of flesh no smaller than a finger.
Wow, that's nasty.
Like a toe.
Yeah, you might.
Know what? You know what? Maybe I should back off from the kobold hunting just yet. Yeah.
Now, unless removed, another level of exhaustion is gained every 8 days if you fail. So this is like, you better fucking do it. Otherwise, you were gonna die in a week.
You know what? He's a raider. This is part of the lifestyle. He's not gonna swear vengeance just yet.
This is
You
the
have to complete that sort of oath.
so these oaths of retribution have a time limit. The time limit can be no more than 1 year.
Okay.
And if that limit expires and vengeance is not obtained, the raider suffers the curse of failed promises. Now you can make the oath more successful by a sacrifice of flesh. Finger or toe might grant advantage in 5th edition. A hand or eye might grant the enemy disadvantage on all of their attacks. But who knows what your whole foot would do? So, everyone, I hope that you guys all had fun in this mini adventure as we're learning more about the adventure setting and about each other as raiders. That is really the one reason I'm, before going whole hog or raw dog into the adventure that I wanted to do, is explore the game together in these Pathfinder 2e bounties. That way we can see how we enjoy each other's roleplay and each other's combat style. Now, also, to see if you all enjoy having me as a dungeon master, because this game being the module, is very similar to another module written by these writers in length. The Raiders of the Serpent Sea campaign book is 498 pages, so it is a bulky boy, and that is not counting the GM's guide that also goes with it. So I want you guys to be comfortable with me as a GM and my style before saying, oh yeah, I want to go into a adventure of that length with this guy. So,
Yeah.
before we...
I'm ready. We start playing next week. Let's go. Come on.
Wait, hold on.
As long as we keep it to Sundays till Red Hand's over, I'm good, baby.
Yes, and tonight, why I put it on Friday night, I normally run Rime of the Frost Maiden.
Or Fridays. Fuck those Rime with Frostmaiden people.
Oh my gosh. Gibby, don't listen to him. I know that you're in chat. Don't listen.
What are you ever doing? You're just dying to the frost.
Oh my gosh. So, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns for me...
You're the real G.
He is a real G. He is. I'm looking at him in chat right now. He's so pissed. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns with me for how I can make the session run better, please let me know. If you guys are just like, I want to just talk to Orf on Discord, that's also okay. But my goal is to be as best of a GM as I possibly can. So, with that being said, we are finished for the evening. I will post up in the Discord when our next adventures are going to be. I would like to do probably just one more prologue before actually starting the game, because I think 3 prologue missions is enough to know if we fit together as a group. So hopefully everyone can be together for that. And as Horanzo just said, the Red Hand of Doom group has 2 players in it that are in this game. So I want to make sure you guys can make it to every session, so I will take that in mind when it comes to scheduling.
I think you guys are scheduled to end in July. Is that what?
June-ish.
Look. If we're lucky, it might end tomorrow, and we can start the campaign tomorrow.
You have to get TP keg. That's all you have to do.
It's kind of likely every week.
I've been watching.
I watched last week, and that dragon, I think, killed someone twice.
You're looking right at him.
Oh yeah, it was you.
You got so lucky getting
When
up the
your
first time.
character dies 2 times in one session.
I'm doing a commission for someone in Red Hand of Doom, so I have to finish it before their character dies. It seems.
Oh shit! Like our group commission?
Yeah, no, I'm doing it's just one character. I'm doing.
Well, yeah, but someone in our group.
Yeah. I'm doing oh god, it's a gunslinger.
Oh, it's Artemis.
Yeah.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Very, very cool. His character design's awesome. I had a blast working on it.
You mean the number 1 marshal in Red Hand of Doom?
Yeah. He really is the best marshal in our party.
You guys, I swear, you guys. You know what?
Are you like a marshal or something?
Oh man.
I thought you went back to fighter. I thought you dropped being a martial class.
Oh gosh.
There's a lot of shade being thrown, I feel like.
See, it's
I
funny
like
because
thinking
you took martial as a class for a temporary amount of time.
Now, I
How
believe.
did you like Barbarian, by the way, speaking of martial characters?
It's simple. I enjoy it, and I hit really hard.
Stuff.
I love
Yeah.
Attack Opportunity in Pathfinder 2 because they proc on... Like, you know what, like in 5e they proc if they leave your threat range, but Attack Opportunity, if they don't step when they're moving, you can still attack if they move if they don't step. Even if they're still within your range.
Yeah,
Yep.
the opportunity is very good.
I saw that.
I just
Just
can't
hit
wait.
it very hard.
I just
Yeah.
can't wait until I go large.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Oh, does your
Like,
path get like size increases?
If I take
you
the feet for it,
you get,
yeah.
You get extra 5 feet per size.
Oh, that's
Nice.
kind of cool though. I didn't know you get you'll eventually get to become large and stuff.
I think at
I'm
level
gonna-
10 the Giant Barbarian can become huge, which is a 15
Oh
range,
shit! What
I'm
level?
gonna throw one of you motherfuckers.
10, I believe? I could be wrong.
Okay, that's gettable.
Could I sit on his shoulder and just be his pocket healer while he's just swinging that sword around everywhere?
And I just want next level so I can fucking have quick draw and not have to use 2 fucking actions to draw weapons.
It's fair. I'm gonna head out now unless there's anything else I need to do this session.
Nope, we are done. Thank you, everybody. We are adjourned. I hope that you guys all have a good weekend, and I will be posting up in the server when we will have our next adventure. There is one group that I know that has started this adventure proper, and they are streaming it. Their name is Axiom. I believe they are also posters on this server. So I'm watching them and seeing how they have played their first episode. I'm like, nice. So cool guy, Axiom. All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a good evening, and I will see you guys around the Discord.
Or
I shall see you on Thursday.
Oh, and were you saying something, Leah?
Can I
I'll
steal
see
you?
you.
Can you steal me?
Yeah.
Of course.
Just for a few extra minutes. Sorry.
What do you guys
No.
later?
Bye, guys. I will end the stream.